With 2020 finally coming to an end, now seems as good a time as any to look over all of the new modules and goodies we've received for the game. The F-16 has gotten a couple of new toys, starting off first with the HARM. HARM as sensor mode uses the HARM's seeker head as a means to detect radiation signals and lock them. If you've used the HARM and the Hornet with this mode, you should be fairly familiar with how it works. Recently introduced was the position mode, featuring the range unknown sub-mode. This mode relies on using a specified waypoint and specifying the type of radar the HARM missile must look for. The advantage of this mode is that you have a range reference, and therefore the missile can loft towards the target. The only disadvantage of this mode is that you are not specifically locking up a signature, and you do not have a guarantee that the seeker head will in fact detect that signature once it arrives at the waypoint. The AGM-65 Maverick has now also been added to the Viper's arsenal. It has 3 different modes for slewing the seeker head of the Maverick, however by far the most interesting of these modes is the pre-plan mode. This mode allows you to lock and launch multiple Mavericks in quick succession using the targeting pod. The F-14A has been introduced to DCS World, with the notable external difference being the engine nozzles of the TF-30 engines. In the Rio seat you get the mid-compression bypass test switch, while in the pilot seat the engine asymmetry switch and the engine control switches are gone in the F-14A. In dogfighting, the TF-30s remain capable engines, however you will notice more often than not that you will be far more reliant on your afterburners to keep up your speed, as you simply have less thrust coming out of the engines. Other than that, the most notable difference for the TF-30s compared to the F-110s is that when I've lit the afterburners into Zone 5 in the middle of a dogfight, I've noticed a sudden thrust asymmetry, as one TF-30 engine takes a little bit longer to go through the afterburner stages than you would normally have with the thrust asymmetry limiters on the F-110s. Regarding the infamous compressor stalls on the TF-30s, they are there, but you really either have to go out of your way in order to trigger them, or you really don't know how to fly the aircraft. It almost takes a concerted effort to actually get them to trigger. Next we'll talk about the A10C2, aka the modernized A10C. The biggest draw of this upgrade is the helmet-mounted displays, which not only lets you see all of your sensor markers in real time, but allows you to use your head as a designator or marker at will. As a bonus, the field of view of the targeting pod can also be displayed. In addition to this, friendly data link information is available, including friendly aircraft and their designated SPIs in the case of other A10s. In terms of new weaponry for the A10, it can broadly be summarized as taking a laser designator and sticking it onto the A10's existing weapons: laser-guided JDAMs, laser-guided rockets, and laser-guided Mavericks. The laser-guided rockets in particular are really cost-effective because they allow you to have multiple laser-guided weapons on a single pylon. The supercarrier has introduced the wonders of working with the deck crew, as well as the ability to use proper case 1, 2 and 3 communications when coming into land. In future we are expecting to be able to perform operations on the hangar deck and the pry fly, but for now this is what we have to work with. The Hornet has also received a bunch of upgrades, including air-to-ground mode for the helmet-mounted display, air-to-ground radar modes, and the GBU-24 laser-guided bomb, as well as a variety of other new weapons. With its already existing arsenal and plans for yet further weapons such as the Slam-ER on the horizon, the Hornet is a great buy for anybody who wants to get into a full fidelity module in DCS. Another major release for DCS this year has been the Syria map. Covering the western portion of Syria on the Mediterranean Sea, as well as the southern parts of Turkey and the northern parts of Israel, this map provides a wide array of opportunities for both fixed-wing and rotary-wing pilots. The high level of detail at low altitude provides a great playground for helicopter pilots, while the large scale of the map also ensures that fixed-wing pilots will be very satisfied with the potential list of missions. Combine this with access to the Mediterranean Sea, and this map provides a dynamic set of potential missions similar to that of the Caucasus, while looking a lot better. It is also worth noting that Ugaredia intends to add Cyprus, as well as all of its airfields, to the map as well. There was also the release of the P-47 and the channel map. However, as I don't own either of these modules, you will just have to settle for me showing you footage of the damage model. While 2020 has not been the greatest year for us, Eagle Dynamics seems to have handled it reasonably well with DCS, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds in 2021. With that said, I think it's time to close off this video by saying happy holidays, and may you have a happy new year.